In the beginning, there was nothing. Can you picture a place where nothing exists? Not even darkness or existence exists? Where there is no time or place, no up and down, left or right? No Coca-Cola or Netflix, Audible or Keanu? Nobody knows for sure though, we're just guessing. But a bunch of very smart people who have dedicated their lives to finding out the answers to these questions agree that one theory stands out from the rest. A bang! In fact, it was the greatest of bangs. And from no thing came out everything. Our space and time was filled with things that could keep us occupied for millions of years. We can make some of this stuff our life's purpose, or just Netflix and chill. But the fact remains that we exist here and now, and we have to deal with it. Or not. So here we are. There's you.
And this is me. Hi. My name is Ken and welcome to the first video of my channel. And because this is the first one, I wanted it to start with a bang. But before I bang on about the point of all this, some slight introductions. I'm just a regular dude. I don't consider myself very smart, although I am very curious about stuff. Sometimes it takes me a couple of tries to comprehend stuff, but that doesn't stop me from trying. I don't possess any special skills or abilities. I don't hold any fancy titles like Mr. Doctor from Doctor Strange. I didn't study physics or history extensively enough so I can tell you some deep insights about the subjects. Although I wish I did. No. I'm just a regular dude who wants to grow into an awesome dude. You see, just recently I managed to crawl out of a very long video game addiction phase. And it was more like consuming stuff phase in general. It lasted for over 20 years, yikes. It felt like I was drowning in a sea of noise. And by noise, I mean everything that surrounds us, movies, TV shows, books, songs, on top of news and politics and who wears what and who wants to be the next Batman. The stuff that constantly surrounds us and keeps us busy and our attentions focused on all the many things, it can make us lose who we truly are and what we truly desire. And this is relevant to this video because I believe there are so many people out there who, like me, feel lost and feel that something else has taken the control of their lives. So now that I've come out of this hibernation, I want to spend all my time, all my focus and passion and energy on getting back on the right path and make few of my humble dreams come into reality. So I want to show you in this video how I managed to find the desire for my life again, and to show you this amazing world through my eyes. So maybe you can find something that can improve your life as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about the spectrum of life.
Just like the universe began with a bang, so did your life. With a bang and a crash. When you opened your eyes for the first time, it was very bright, and I guess a bit chilly. With the first breath of air, you kick-started your lungs and probably let out a nice healthy cry. You weren't old enough to remember, but you experienced your first real change in surroundings and emotions. When we grow up, we often find ourselves in situations where we feel strong emotions, like first day at school where you don't know anyone. Or maybe your parents are fighting and you hope they won't break up. Or maybe you remember your first crush. Butterflies in your stomach, time slows down, maybe a bit queasy and lightheaded, but overall a nice feeling. I could go on, but I guess you get my point. Life is full of different kind of emotions and experiences. That's what life is, an experience, and often we forget that we can choose them. Not some autopilot that's called birth, kindergarten, school, college, 9 to 5, marriage, kids, retirement, and then death. Doing the same thing for 50 years, expecting the schnitzel to change?
Could you do me a favor, please? It might seem strange, but bear with me. Could you feel the fabric of your shirt on your fingertips? Does it feel soft, smooth, hard? How does it feel? Now, how does the shirt feel against your skin of your whole body? Or how does the pants feel against your skin? Or the socks? Have you ever taken time out of your lives just to focus on how the pants feel against the skin of your legs? Take a deep breath and feel the weight of your body now. Doesn't matter if you're standing up or sitting down. Can you feel the weight, the gravity pulling you towards the center of the earth? Just let loose. And now look around in your room. Look at all the little details that you have, the memories they bring up. Just be there. Just look at it. Hey there. What I want to do is bring you into this very moment right now. To have just a bit of silence in your mind. And I'm gonna apologize about the next part, but can you please think of a bad memory? It doesn't have to be the worst one, although the worst ones are more powerful. Think of something bad that has happened to you. Maybe a car crash, seeing your love of your life with another, losing a friend or family. For me, it was losing my dog when I was younger. He was my best friend. I cried to sleep that night. Okay, let's bring this back around. Now think of something that's really the happiest memory in your life. Your beautiful vacation, your wedding, your first child being born. It doesn't have to be like a big one. It can be something small, like a mother's warm hug. And now that I thought about it, my dog again, he was fantastic. When I woke up, his butt was on the pillow next to me, and he was just like, "What up, man? You like the view?" He did like the view. And if you are somewhat like me, and you have vivid imagination, or you are an emotional person, then you might have felt a mood shift, a change in emotion, maybe just a tiny bit. And what happened was, you were moving along an emotional scale. But I like to call this an emotional spectrum, because we all know that life is infinitely more messier and more complex than just life or death. Or maybe that's the only clear. Nah. Some people are dead inside long before they actually die. There isn't just night and day. There is dusk and there is dawn. There is twilight. There is nautical twilight and astronomical twilight. Did you know Eskimos had more than 50 words for snow? Now, that might be a bit of a stretch, but I think they have more words for snow than we do. Now, so that's why I like to imagine this life as a spectrum of things, because spectrum is kind of messy and static, and it has noise in it. The noise that reminds me where I lived for over 2 decades. But what we humans have clearly defined with the power of language is polarities. Now, polarity means having 2 opposite or contradicting sides, like a coin. Coin has 2 sides, and without one side it wouldn't be a coin. It wouldn't exist as a coin. So I imagine life is full of this little spectrum of coins. Lots and lots and lots of it. You know, like
black and white, hot and cold, fast and slow, something and nothing, love and hate, up and down, and good and bad. Now, good and bad feeling, I believe, is one of the most important spectrums. Because on a temperature spectrum, it's easy to realize what we want. Freeze our butts off in Antarctica, or get extra crispy in the Sahara. Probably something in between. Somewhere with white sand, palm tree as a shade, and drink with a small umbrella in your hand.
But the emotional spectrum, the good-bad feeling spectrum, helps us the most because it is embedded into everything. And let me tell you what happens when you get close to one or other polarity. Let's start with the bad one.
So on the bad side, here's what you get. First, you feel less energy. World loses some of its charm and color. You feel less inspired to do anything. Things slow down and you just want to sleep. Weakness creeps in. And then maybe your body starts to ache. You say no to opportunities until they stop coming your way. Eventually you get bored and depressed and lonely. Some might turn to drugs or alcohol to dull the pain or make life more interesting. But the longer you stay in this zone, the more you start attracting similar people. Now you seem stuck because the way back seems like a distant dream. You are addicted and you feel dead inside long before you actually die. What about the good side? First, you feel a bit more energy. World seems more brighter and stuff seems interesting. You have a sudden inspiration to build your business and energy to do so. You want to stay awake longer to achieve more beneficial stuff. Your body gets stronger and faster, you feel good in it. By saying yes to opportunities you learn and grow faster. You meet lots of new like-minded people who propel you even further. Why take drugs when you are high on life? Well, maybe some weed. The longer you stay in this path, the better you feel, and it affects others around you. You feel you can do anything, be anything, and there is no stopping you. You're addicted. And you feel alive in this moment, and every moment.
You see, the coin in itself is not inherently good or bad. It just is. It holds in itself countless possibilities of choice and action in many wonderful and interesting combinations. You could spend a long time on one side of the coin, on one side of the polarity, and start to believe that the other side doesn't exist. But alas, that's not the case. You see, unfortunately, we live in a universe where there's a law of duality. And you just have to learn to use the damn coin. So the first step is to become aware of where you are at the current spectrum, any current spectrum. Because remember, life is made up of many of these spectrums. Without these spectrums, life wouldn't exist. And by falling somewhere within these spectrums produces your experiences and your emotional responses. And by having these emotional responses, they make up your life and your life quality. And if you want to change anything, you have to focus on the opposite side of the polarity. Because a lot of people, they focus on where they are. I feel bad, I feel sad. And they're stuck in there because they don't see a clear path away to somewhere else. So start asking yourself, how am I feeling right now?
When someone cuts you off in the traffic and then gives you the middle finger like you did something wrong, how do you feel? When boss yells at you, how do you feel? When you find $100 on the ground, how do you feel? When you come home after a hard day's work and your dog happily greets you, how do you feel? Now, these are easy ones. But ask in the morning, how do you feel? When you're waiting a bus, when you're taking a shower, and slowly you will map out your default state of mind. You will clearly come to see and realize where you are on the spectrum.
If you become aware of how do you feel constantly and you do not like it, then you can change your position by not focusing on where you are currently, but on the opposite side. Write down things that you want to change, that you don't like about your life. Write them out. Just have a catharsis. Catharsis means to release strong emotional feeling. Then write down things that you do want, that make you happy, that make you feel inspired. And then write down just little things that you think you can do, just little steps that you can do to change your current situation, just to move just a path forward towards that spectrum. Because you cannot take a huge leap. It comes from within and it starts from a single step. Don't do what a lot of people love to do. Like we all love to do. We love to constantly complain of where we are. We are addicted to our spot because it's safe, it's easy. We've been here for a long time. We don't see the opposite side anymore. We are addicted to our pain and anger and frustration because it's comfortable. It's what we know. Know that the other side exists. It always does. Everything has the opposite side. And now you can get there if you try. Just like the coin wouldn't exist without its other half. This world wouldn't exist without these little coin spectrums. So don't hate the coin. To feel successful, you have to know the feeling of failure. And at every moment you can stop and get a bearing of where you are emotionally. So you can know where you're headed or where you want to go. It is such a gift to be alive, and you, my friend, you have won the lottery. Now, I know there are some hard cases. A mother loses her child, world wars where millions of people are dead and suffering. It's really hard to see it as a win then. And I get it, that sometimes not existing at all is better than this life. But this is the life you got. You're here right now. And if you can think and feel, then you can choose your path forward. You can make a difference. There is a choice. It's never too late. And you see, for me, I was not having fun for a long time now. Every time I was sitting behind a computer to play a video game, I was feeling this weight on my shoulders, this dread. I'm wasting time. I should be doing something better with my life. I was not having fun anymore consuming this stuff mindlessly. I knew I have to change something. I saw this polarity where I'm in, and I panicked. I don't want to be an old man who realizes that now I have to start living my life. Because I have dreams. I want to learn 4 languages. I want to learn how to play guitar and sing. I want to build a house for my family. And I want to do handstand push-ups to get this body back into the shape. Because this current situation, it's just another thing that motivates me to get this channel going and everything. Isn't this life that you are in right now worth a shot? I don't know if there's reincarnations or this is the life that we have now. Isn't this life worth a shot? Thank you so much for watching this video, and please do let me know where you are on the current spectrum of life. Are you highly motivated to have a lot of energy to follow your dreams, or you feel kind of stuck and slow and kind of weak, like I have felt for so long. Like every new channel, I want these videos to be perfect, but I'm not kidding myself. I know nothing is perfect in this life, and so if I left out anything important, believe me, I'm more upset than you are. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I got several video ideas before I can set a clear direction to this channel. Right now I cannot put this channel into one word, into one tag, what I want it to be, but I'm getting there. I want to focus it down and get clear on my niche. Basically the idea is to just balance out the metaphysical and philosophical side with the logical and practical side. Like, sciences and left brain, right brain, basically. I'll get there. But until then, keep exploring and keep living. Keep on keeping on. See you on the next one.